So welcome back to the channel, and today I got a bunch going on. So I got two used parts pickup. One is actually from a viewer who reached out to me and has a bunch of cases and some other stuff that he's willing to get rid of. So hopefully we can negotiate a deal on that, and I can get those cases. I got a bunch of computers that I need to build and get flipped. Going through my stuff, got some Ryzen boards, Intel boards, yeah, just a bunch of stuff that I need to put PCs together and start flipping, because the longer you sit on things, the less value they have, and I think I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to hoard, so we got to get a bunch of stuff moved on. The second thing, I got another used parts pickup. This one's actually pretty cool. It's really cheap. It's $20, and I'll show you folks when we get to that one. I'm mostly getting it for nostalgia, but $20 and what I'm getting, I think it's a fair deal. So when you guys see it, definitely let me know in the comments. And then of course, because I'm always busy nonstop, got a mobile car repair. I don't think I'm gonna film that in this video. I might save it just for the garage channel. So in case a lot of you don't know, I do automotive on the side, and I have a channel dedicated just for that, DLM Garage. So check that out if you're just curious on automotive stuff that I fix and tinker with. So I gotta bring my tools, gotta head over to that one. So there's a lot going on today. Plus we got some viewer mail-ins that I need to go through. One over there, not the TV. That was my little human's birthday gift. And we got an update to the fleet. So let me go ahead and show you what I got. So this is the new addition to the fleet, actually a replacement. So this is a 2008 Toyota Tundra. It's the 5.7. Doesn't have four-wheel drive, which is okay. It's the double cab. It is very roomy, very powerful, very comfortable. Has 240,000 miles, and I paid $4,000 for it. And yes, 240,000 miles is a lot of miles on it, but a few things with it which really caught my eye. Number one, the price. Number two, it's a Southern truck. Never seen anything past North Carolina. Number three, one owner truck. And I guess number four, it's a Toyota. It's just, I know how to fix them. They're very reliable. So, but anyways, moving on. Got a bunch of things we got to go ahead and do today. So I need to go ahead, load up the truck with the tools. And first we're going to go see about those cases. That's going to be only about 20 minutes away from me, so it's not too bad of a drive. Then we'll head and do the vehicle repair, or maybe we'll go pick up that other computer deal and then do the vehicle repair. So we'll see. But let me go ahead, load this up, and we'll get ready and get going. All right, so we're off. I was supposed to meet that guy first, but the second deal that I had planned, actually they want to meet earlier, and they're really not too far from me. So I came up with a common location area. We're gonna meet over there at the gas station, and I'm gonna pick up the $20 PC deal. So gas is down. Like last week, it was $3.99. Now it's $3.53. So that's cool. Might be able to save a couple of dollars. But I just met with the guy. We picked up the parts, and well, this is what we got. Dun da da da. We got a Dell Optiplex. I couldn't turn this down for 20 bucks. It's a 7020. I think this is like an i5 4th gen, possibly, maybe a 3rd gen. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't really dealt with these a lot. It's got a bunch of things going on in the back, so you know, that's cool. We got a graphics card. I wonder what that is. And yes, I know it's old, but for $20, I mean, I love these things. It's really what helped boost the channel in the beginning. I was case swapping these things left and right and doing really well with it. And now the new Optiplexes, yeah. Are they case swappable? Yes. Is it worth case swapping? No. But it came with a 19-inch Dell monitor, a mouse, DisplayPort. So this one has DisplayPort. That's pretty cool. The power cable, and that was it. He didn't have the power cable for the computer or a keyboard. I don't care. I have 100 of those. But I mean, for $20, it's not bad. We'll definitely do a video on it in the garage. I got a couple of ideas of things we can do for it, so that's a pretty cool deal. So now with that being picked up, let's head to the other side of town and go check out those cases, and hopefully we can make a deal. The timing on all this is actually really good as far as the deals that have come in. I got some stuff that was donated to the channel. We'll go over that when we get back to the garage. Hopefully we can make a good deal on this case pickup, because I need cases. And I know I've had a bunch of viewers reach out to me saying, hey, I got some cases, but the shipping really doesn't make it worth it for them. And I don't, you know, even if I cover it, it's not worth it for me. And a lot of the times the cases that I go and pick up local, they're just really bad, and I'm not able to salvage them. If I want to sell or give a computer, I want it to shine, I want it to look real nice. Cases are the trickiest thing that I struggle to get good deals on, just because the condition they're on. But motherboards, CPUs, graphics cards, all that other type of stuff, you know, the internals, we could clean that real easy, bring it back around, and we're good to go. So that's where we're heading next. We're about 15 minutes away. I text the guy, he's like, yep, I'm ready. So that's good. And then once we finish with him, I got to go do an automotive repair for a car that hasn't ran in about a year due to electrical issues. So hopefully we can find out what the parasitic draw is and what's keeping it from running. And I think that's pretty much it for today, and I should be able to head back to the garage and at least take a look at what we got, go through it, or we might have to do it a couple of days from now. We'll see. That's usually the case. All right, folks, so we just finished. Got a pretty good deal at the 7-Eleven. Needed a snack, and that guy is very passionate about driving reckless. But welcome to Fayetteville. And he's still driving like that. That's insane. I don't get people like that. But anyways, that was a pretty cool meetup. So we wound up with 1, 2, 3, 4 cases, a box full of fans, and a bunch of AIOs. Pretty awesome. I think those 3 are MATX. This one is ATX. And I might probably use this one for my personal rig. I think this is the NZXT H9 Flow. So it's gonna be a lot better than the Asus one I have. It's just too big, and I don't know. We'll talk about that later. But not too bad so far. Between what we got, even the Dell, we're doing pretty good. And the best part is that I got to hang out with the dude, talk to him a little bit. I got to see his cool setup and just shoot the breeze, and I kind of enjoy that a lot. And the other thing too is that he's a car dude, so I got to see his cool build that he's working on. Nice little vehicle project, and I'm a car guy too, so it was nice. I was probably there for about an hour, and also got to help him with a computer issue he had, and that's what I really enjoy, and that's why it's a cool community. Get to meet, you know, fellow techies and even car people and just have a good time. I'm done with this. Now we need to head over to the automotive job I got to do, knock that out, and then when we get back to the garage, we could really take a look at what I got. And I think I'm gonna wait before that dude that's driving careless and reckless, he's all the way over there. Yeah, I'm gonna wait and let him get on the road. I already hear him spinning tires. Check it out. That's insane. Yep, welcome to Fayetteville. Ridiculous, but he should be further enough up the road, so let's head out. All right, so we're at our next stop, and I'll just kind of go ahead and show what I'm going to be working on. I'm not sure if I'm going to record this for the next channel, but we'll see. Here we go. Chrysler 200. I think it hasn't ran in over a year. She's got a flat, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's either a parasitic draw or a starter issue. So I'm gonna be diving into that. I think what we'll probably first go ahead and do is fill that up with air. The owner still hasn't showed up yet, and we kind of need the key. So I'm gonna start there first. All right, I just want to make sure there's nothing that's gonna come back besides these acorns. That's fine. That's the first time I've seen that. All right, let's go ahead and fire up. Hopefully, no pun intended.
Yeah, because especially I just took the full coverage off. About 2 months ago.
Oh! All right. That don't sound good.
It's never done that. It's always cranked up right away. It's sitting for a year and a half.
There you go. Come on. Come on, girl. Starting to smooth out. So picking up computer parts and fixing cars, you get a bit of an appetite. You know, I've lived in North Carolina, the Cumberland County area, a long time, and I've never been to this place, the barbecue hut. It's been here like probably a long time. I've seen it for a long time. So I decided to go ahead, get myself a barbecue sandwich, 3 hush puppies and a drink, which was not bad for 10 bucks. I hope it's good, but we shall see. Got everything set up. Sandwich looks really good. Let's try out this barbecue. That tastes really good. Bite the sandwich. Oh yeah. That is really good. So they have the meat, they put it on the bread, and they kind of like, not toast it, like put it in a press that warmed it up. That is fantastic. Let's go ahead and try one of these hush puppies. I've lived in this area for almost, 20 years, and I've never eaten here. The place is really good for $10. I can't complain. So I'm gonna scarf this down and then head to the house. And there's everything. And that's the stuff that came in, that's been mailed in. So let's go ahead, let's go through everything little by little. I'm not gonna do a deep in-depth dive because I mean, it's just mostly cases and fans, but we can at least take a quick look at this Optiplex. This, I'm a little excited about. I don't know, it's just something about Optiplexes. They're what really started the channel for me. And I like these little rigs. I haven't probably case swapped or built in an Optiplex in, I gotta say, probably at least 4 years, maybe more. I'm not 100% sure, but it's probably been at least 3 or 4 years since I built an Optiplex. So it's kind of, you know, good to come back and just take a look. So we got 1 stick of memory, which I'm pretty sure this is a 4. Yep, 1 4 gig. I got plenty of 8 gig sticks, so we could definitely put 16 gigs. Actually, strike that, we got 2 4 gigs, so we have 8 gigs. We got 4 slots. I thought for some reason this was 2, but there's actually 2 more underneath over there. So 2 4 gigs, we could do 32 gigs of DDR3. I got plenty, so I just think I gotta keep an eye on if it's low profile or not, but we'll see when I dive into it. There is a graphics card in here. If I'm able to take it out easily, we'll take a look at it. Come on. I mean, why would they like really secure this in there? Oh yeah, there's a blue thing right here. I'm doing this one-handed, so that's why it's quite difficult. Yeah, there's like no identifying marks or features. So I'm not sure what that is. Let me know in the comments if you're familiar with that graphics card. This looks like it's Wi-Fi, if I'm not mistaken. Does this come out easy? Yo, there we go. Yeah, Wi-Fi, so that's pretty cool. I think it's the first time I've seen an Optiplex with that before. And because a lot of people ask this, about the stories of some of the stuff I pick up. So the story behind this one is that this guy actually had 10 of these. They were from a school with a lab that got shut down. And yeah, he just wound up with 10 of these. He couldn't get them to sell. Initially, he was selling them for like $150 a piece with mouse, monitor, and keyboard. But I mean, realistically, is there value? If you was to put like an SSD and maybe a GT 1030, you might be able to squeeze like $120 and then show that it plays some games like Fortnite and stuff like that. But that would require a little bit of money. But anyways, he just dropped them down to $20 a piece. I only bought one because I really don't need 10 Dell Optiplexes, 3020s with 10 19-inch monitors. Although 10 19-inch monitors would have been cool. But I just got one, and we'll do a dedicated video on that. So that's a pretty cool pickup. And the monitor, which is right behind there, it's just a Dell 19-inch. It has DisplayPort, VGA, and I think DVI. But I think it's pretty cool that it has DisplayPort. So that part. Maybe I might ask him and pick up a couple more of those monitors. Those are kind of nice to, you know, set up or for cheap quick flips. So we'll see. But moving on, we'll get to the mail-ins just secondly, but let's go through all the cases. So we have this one, which, I mean, I'm not sure if these are NZXTs or NZXT knockoffs. I don't see any labels. No offense to the viewer. No offense to the viewer by no means. It's just sometimes you do have the knockoff ones. Nope, this is NZXT. Okay, so that's an NZXT one. I kind of like it. I kind of don't like it. I'm kind of torn between this one and this one. This is another NZXT one for my main rig. And hear me out. I really want to use this one because I like the fact that the USB-C and the USB is right over here. That makes it a lot easier for me. It's just more issue of convenience. But I really don't like this. Yeah, I don't get it. So that's why I'm kind of torn on that. Looks like it was modified right over there, which that really ain't no big deal. This one, I do like the look of it. I'm not sure about the white. I think it would work in my living room. I'm not sure, but the USB is up here and it does have Type-C, and my other case doesn't have Type-C. That Asus one, I think it's the TUF GT570 RX 590 9600 XT, whatever it is. I'll post a picture of it on the screen. It's a good case. It's solid, good airflow, but it's really just, I don't know. I just really don't like the way it looks anymore on the desk. It's just, it's kind of become an eyesore. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have the modern I/O on it. I mean, at least USB Type-C, which is no big deal. You could get some adapters and all that type of stuff. But either way, I want to move on for that case, and I'm torn. But we'll see. There might be a dedicated video on that. But moving on, we'll just kind of go down the case thing. We have this one, which is an MATX, and this one's an MATX, white and black. Pretty much the same thing, which this works out really good because I do have an i7 10th gen MATX build that I need to put together. So I could probably put it in here. Maybe the white. I'll just have to kind of see what is selling more, either the white or the black. I know at least 2 of these cases are going to get built in. The other 2, we'll just keep them on standby. Now moving on to this one. This is a thermal take. AIO. This one is pretty monstrous. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it's the 420. I can't really remember. But it's still a cool one. Only thing is that I think it was this one or another one that he lost the mounting hardware brackets for it. So I'll have to see. If that person's anything like me, then they probably use the Intel ones and just toss the AMD ones, and that just kind of happens. I'm notorious for that. I need to be better on not doing that. So that's cool. Whoops. I think he said this one is for this case, so we'll have to pop that in there. And then moving on, tons and tons of fans. We have another AIO, which is this Arctic one, which I love. This Arctic. It's a 360. I had this one. I think it's the same thing. He said he didn't have the mounting hardware. I offered to take it, and thinking about it, I think I still have the hardware for the Arctic when I had this one. This is a fantastic cooler. So I'm really interested in using this one. So we'll see. And as far as anything else that is like noteworthy in here, I mean, just tons and tons of fans. And you might be saying, do you really need that many fans? Yes, hear me out. I have a lot of fans up in that box, but I've gotten to the point where all I have is 3-pin fans, and I'm not a fan of using them. And I feel like I'm saying the word fan a lot. I like the PWM ones. I'm able to get a more precise fan curve for the builds, ensure that under load, that the computer is quiet and not noisy. That is one thing that I've noticed that I hear a lot from customers, a lot of compliments from customers I bought, is that my computers, you know, the fan curves that I'm able to get. And that's one thing I do spend time on, is the fan curve. And a lot of that has to do with PWM fans. The 3 pins, yeah, they can be noisy. And in fact, I'm actually to the point where I have cheap 3-pin fans. So yeah, that part. We got some uni fans right over here, which I think these are the Lian Li ones. That's pretty cool. Bunch of Corsairs and all that type of stuff. So I'm actually gonna have to go through all of this, sort it out, see what I'm gonna keep, what I'm not gonna keep, and then go through the ones over there. The same thing on that. If honestly, at this point with all these fans, if it's 3-pin, I'm probably just gonna send them to recycling. And then as far as these AIOs, I need to get the models and try to track down if I have the mounting hardware on them, because one of these AIOs would actually look pretty good. And now that I think about it, I actually have a 240mm AIO in white. Ideas. But it might look a little naked, because I think this is supposed to be for a 360. We'll figure it out. But I do have some ideas that are going on in my head. So now moving on, this is another viewer, mail-in viewer reached out to me and said, hey, I have a bunch of old stuff you might be interested in. And I just briefly took a look at it, but now I could dive into it. So appreciate you for sending it to me. Just go ahead and open this up. Jazz 2 gigs, new 2GB capacity 3-pack. Wow, I haven't seen these in years. And in fact, I remember when these things came out, I wanted one so bad. Of course, I was a young kid and I couldn't afford it. And now you could put like a terabyte on the size of a thumb drive. But it's kind of cool. Take me down memory lane a little bit. I mean, wow. So that's kind of cool. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. Maybe for a retro build, hunt one of these drives down. We'll see. Let me know in the comments. And this is interesting. It's a Lego. Is that light lidded? Is that light lit? No, I just think that's the way it is. Yeah, this is a Lego camera. I have never seen that before. That is kind of cool. All right. What else we got here? Windows servers 2003. Okay, I like that. Oh, this is cool. The Return of the Incredible Machine. This was a fun game to play. And it's kind of cool because I got some retro content that I'm getting ready to work on with a laptop and a... Yeah. What in the world? The Incredible Machine. Okay. The Incredible Machine contraptions. Holy bananas. I don't think we're going to be able to get much use out of this one. Woo. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Ooh. And this one has some ones that are catching my nail. And this one might be savable. So we'll see. That's pretty cool. I loved playing this game when I was younger. Floppy disks. Blue, red, black. Okay, I went from DLM to LGR. But I appreciate it. That's kind of cool. Hey, we got something modern. What do we got? An Asus. What is this? Dual band wireless USB. USB N53. Okay, that's cool. This I'll hold on to. These come in handy, believe it or not. And I don't know if I have a dedicated drawer. See, told you. Got a ton of DDR3. Yep, that'll go in this drawer. More DDR3. Nope, wrong drawer. That's gonna go in the Wi-Fi drawer, even though there's other stuff outside of Wi-Fi. I gotta organize that. I know. But to the viewer that sent me this stuff, I greatly appreciate it. Oh, okay. I don't know if he meant to send me that, but box, you know, little blade. I do definitely use a lot of those, so I'll take it, mostly for the automotive stuff. But that is cool. That is cool. Very thankful for that. But we'll go ahead and put this back over here. And now moving on to the next box. All right, so this stuff, this is a viewer mail-in and donation, which I greatly appreciate it. And folks, the stuff that you guys sent me for donations, I pay it forward. I'm able to do content with it, experiments with it, and then I'm also, if I run into somebody who's in need of a PC parts, upgrades, or anything like that, and they're going through rough times, this is what we use to help them out. So thank you guys. I will say this, I don't record that stuff a lot, but you people have helped a lot of people, and I'm greatly thankful that we're able to pay it forward. So thank you to the DLM Tech Garage community for just helping people out. I greatly appreciate it. And this is actually something I bought from a viewer who has in the past hooked me up with some amazing deals. And I guess we'll start with this one first. This viewer, I think this is the second or maybe third time I bought from him, I can't remember. He reaches out to me every now and then when he has some good extra stuff that he doesn't need, or he's just looking to let off real quick, and he gives me a really good deal on it. Unfortunately, he had way more than this, and I wasn't able to buy everything just because of the timing. Kind of kicked myself for it because this was a good deal. But anyways, I did get some good stuff that I can't use. One of them, we're actually going to use it for a PC to pay it forward and help somebody out. But let's dive in and show you guys what I bought. So we got CPUs, picked up an i7 10700, and I believe this one is the i9 10900K. So the i9 10900K is going to be going to somebody who's trying to get into the flight simulator. They're rocking a really old system. I think it's like a Ryzen 5 1600 or something like that. That CPU partnered with some of the memory in here and the motherboard that we have in here. We're going to put that together for them and really help them out. So stay tuned. We're going to be testing that, because what's crazy about that i9 10th gen is that it is still expensive years later. That CPU still goes for like $300, but it's a good CPU though. But anyways, moving on. For memory, 2 sticks of 32 gigs DDR4, which is going to go in that i9 10th gen computer, along with a bunch of 16 gigs. And this dude is awesome because he always throws in some extras. So he threw in some 8 gig sticks for me. So that's greatly appreciated. And this was awesome too. Another great deal. He had a bunch of 500 gigs M.2s. So I picked up as many as I could. I think he had 12. I picked up 6 on them. And the deal I got him from, like I said, guys, amazing. And he threw in some bonuses. He threw in 2 SSDs. I believe these are 2 500 gigs. Yeah, 2 500 gigs SSD. So I definitely have what I need to get that computer going for that person. I'm excited. And then with one of those cases, and as far as the graphics card that I'm going to use for that build, I'm not sure. So I got 2 options. I'm actually negotiating a 4070 with somebody with some trade-in stuff. I'm hoping to lock in that deal, and that actually would be pretty good for that system. But if not, it's all good. What I can use is I think I have a 3060 to help them out, or an AMD graphics card. I don't know. I'm really hoping to lock in that 4070 deal. I have a bunch of stuff that I'm not using that I could really move forward and get that graphics card for that person. So we'll see. And moving forward, this is pretty stinking awesome. A viewer reached out to me, and they were telling me about their upgrade, and they had all this stuff, and they just wanted to donate it to the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. And I can assure you, if you're watching this video, this stuff is going to be used for one of our donation PCs. And I'll probably talk about that in a separate video, the whole story behind it, but stay tuned. So he sent in This is an i5 11600KF, but I think what I am going to do is actually run the i9-10900K in here. I think that's actually going to be a better CPU for this. I'll have to double check. I'm pretty sure the i9-10900K is the way to go. Let me know in the comments. But it's a Gigabyte B560 DS3H AC. It has the Wi-Fi, all that type of good stuff. And this motherboard would be perfect for that. He did throw in some memory, which we got, I think if I'm not mistaken, these are all 8 gigs DDR3200. So, I mean, we could run all 4 of these, 32 gigs of DDR4. Not sure yet. He threw in the cooler. This is a good cooler, but definitely not the one I'm going to be using for this one. If we're going to run that i9 10th gen, we're going to need something a little beefier. The IO plate. And this was awesome. He sent in his old graphics card. Now, not a 5060 Ti, by no means, but he actually had a 3060. That he sent and donated to the channel. So, like I said, either this graphics card might go with that system, or I could lock in that 4070 deal. I just gotta reach out to that person tonight and see if they're still motivated in doing it. And that's how kind of you do it, folks. I mean, you trade, wheel, and deal, and that's the best way. When I first started doing my own PC stuff and everything, I used to do a lot of trading. You trade services and parts, and you know, eventually you're able to get close enough to what you're trying to get. So, food for thought on that. So I think what I'm going to do is put the CPU and memory in this box right over here. And I need to get started on this. All right, cool. So that's going to wrap everything up. Let's go ahead and wrap up this video. Whew. So folks, I'm worn out. It's been a day. I mean, between starting this at 8 o'clock in the morning, loading up the truck, meeting up for the Optiplex deal, meeting up with that viewer, hanging out with him for a little bit, loading and unloading all this stuff, fixing that car, yeah, and just kind of going through it. It's been a day. But that is a typical day for me. I mean, I get messages of people who want to move and flip parts. We try to negotiate, try to make a deal, go out, pick them up. Most of the time I'm able to take the family with me, but today, because I had that mobile mechanic thing to do, it wasn't ideal or perfect. And plus we're staying local. They don't like being dragged along if I'm staying local. They get more excited if we're going like an hour or two away. So don't blame them on that. But either way, I was able to eat at that barbecue hut, which is really good. So that was awesome. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but that car was fixed. It was a simple, easy fix. It was just a battery that had been bad and misdiagnosed for probably at least a year. And that's why that car sat for as long as it did, but it's up and running. Happy about that. As far as all these cases, yeah, we got to get some builds going. I really need to lock down on getting some of these builds going. My time lately has been insane. I'm going to be doing an update video pretty soon. Hopefully, there's been a lot of updates and changes going on in my life that really not going to affect the channel, but kind of has affected the channel a little bit. One of them is that I did have to get a job. And I'll talk about the job, what I got, what's going on, and all these other updates and everything in a separate video. But one of the reasons why I did have to get the job was health insurance. I mean, even though side hustling and YouTube does pay well, I need health insurance. So like I said, there's going to be an update talking about a lot of things and some big things getting ready to go on. Nothing's going to affect the channel. But as far as me getting a job, now that I'm Monday through Friday, yeah, I pretty much have a couple hours before the family comes home. And then once they come home, I got to eat, spend time with them, all that type of stuff. And then on the weekends, I have probably 8 to 12 hours on a Saturday, maybe 8 to 12 hours on a Sunday to do the house stuff, YouTube, car stuff, and then, you know, help people out. So there is just, I've been nonstop lately, and I got to figure out a lot more ways to juggle my time and my schedule, because even editing, that's been a challenge lately too. But like I said, future video coming on all these updates and some crazy stuff that's happening over here in the garage. So definitely stay tuned. But huge shout out to the viewers for sending me all that stuff. I'm really appreciate it. It helps the channel, number one, for content. It helps other people that we could get them computers or parts that they need. And the viewer that I met up with, that I got to hang out and talk about your cool car and just see your cool setup and everything. Dude, you're awesome. I greatly appreciate you. And reach out, man, reach out. I think it's awesome that I have viewers local in my area. So that's pretty cool. And I'm thankful to all you guys for all this. Even though we're only at 32,000, it's still worth it. And it's still worth it. So keep watching the videos, keep subscribing, keep hitting the comments, all that type of good stuff. Definitely share it, and we'll see where this thing goes. So with all that being said, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, concerns, criticisms. Was that a good deal for all those cases? Would you have picked up this Optiplex? And have you ever seen a Lego camera before? That's a new one to me. If you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe if you're not, and as always, see what we come up with next.